baba enakutala ilwe nasikula ebulikweni ipangeli enakutala ilwe nasikulula ebulikweni ipangeli enakutala ilwe nasikula.
Working with officials from the education ministries and the National Arts Council, youths from various parts of the country are being brought together through a project coordinated by 3 organizations in what is termed Beyond Violence Campaign. Through this project, functions are organized at which groups of youths from different ethnic backgrounds come together to discuss and share views on how to promote peace and development outside the formal education system. Through drama, poetry, and song, the youths are able to break the barriers of communication. Such meetings bring together the young people, mostly those out of school, and encourage them to discard unproductive and destructive practices that include drug abuse, violence, leading to the ills of unwanted pregnancies, injuries, illnesses, premature deaths, and a breakdown in the social fabric that has bound the African people together for ages. The clip that we are about to show you was captured by our crew somewhere in the Plum Tree area of Matabeleland, South Province. The purpose of this clip is simply to show you how, through excitement, youths can sometimes risk their lives. Although no one died in the incident, the clip may not be suitable for people with a nervous disposition. These youths had been participating at a sports day function in the Chichi area of Plum Tree when, after the final soccer match, a young man with a vehicle with South African plates enticed the youngsters to jump into the luggage trolley of his truck for the risky celebration. Those who were injured, including some of the players, were taken to Chichi Clinic for treatment.
We also responded to the call for partnerships with the Beyond Violence International to also bring this campaign in the Matabeleland region. That's when the team which I mentioned, we volunteered to bring this campaign in the Bulawayo region. What is the campaign? This is a non-violence campaign. For all of you who may have got more about the school of thought in terms of violence, we have got the likes of Martin Luther, Mahatma Gandhi. Those are the other people who are trying to bring a non-violence community. So as Beyond Violence, we are also trying to also promote a non-violence space wherever we are, be it with children, with the women, or the populace at large. We are actually happy to be associated with whoever is here. We'll be promoting this campaign using various means of communication to the populace or to the people in the region. We also launched the same campaign in Bulawayo and in Binga district, where we were part of the education fair. Binga district hosted its first education fair this year in Binga at Binga High School. So as Beyond Violence, in partnership with Christian Youth Volunteers Association and Bulawayo Poetry, we also exhibited at that education fair in Binga. So I'm happy that this campaign is going to be also launched today here in Bulawayo, using the poetry as our means of introducing or launching this campaign in Bulawayo.
By a brilliant baboon. Before bridges built began, brainless baboons became brilliant. By breaking bridges built before both brothers were born, brother betrays brother. Baboons crossing bridges barely betray each other. Behold, beloved brethren, beautiful, brilliant birds begin bringing boldness to blameless believers of the Bible, breaking binding bondage, tales told, time taking true.
The program also includes a competition in which youths are encouraged to describe their vision for Zimbabwe. Prizes are awarded to the winning entries, which are read out at these functions. It is amazing to discover the progressive ideas that some of the youths have, which have remained untapped until the birth of such a program.
Freedom to choose and to be who you want to be. The strong desire to ensure fairness and equality in our society, making sure that the rights of everyone are protected regardless. A clear sense of morality that resides in the hearts of people, guiding them like an inner compass as to what is right and wrong, even when no one can see or know. A society that looks after the poor and needy without judging their status or why they are in that situation. Where truth is sought after in all areas, manifesting itself in transparency, integrity, and honesty in all governmental and private dealings. A high value is placed on all life, and no effort is spared to ensure that lives are preserved and extended. Where creativity flourishes as people seek better ways to express and to save each other. People work with all their heart and take pride in what they do. A nation where properties, resources, and environment will be looked after for the enjoyment of future generations. The list is endless. That's the vision for Sito's in this part. Yeah? Zimbabwe for Zimbabweans. Where each and every citizen of this nation can live in peace and in harmony, both with nature and fellow men. As Zimbabwe, where the spirit of Ubuntu or Unu will reign in each and every individual, regardless of their skin color, village of origin, and language. A Zimbabwe that is citizens with a very deep love for one's nation, rooted in their hearts. Finally, the pride of our nation to be guarded jealously and never to be lost in any way possible.
For an innocent, ordinary visitor who may have bumped into this function and paid attention to the deep messages from these youngsters, it definitely would have been baffling to hear how narrations linked the well-being of youths to the heartbreaking history of Zimbabwe.
The song is a melancholy of mothers for their lost young, men whose backs survived the whip, crucifixion, and the scorching sun's penetration on their rotting backs. The gumboot dance from the diamond mine workers is its accompaniment. The clapping of factory workers give a coherent rhythm to this ballad. The untold story of men wheelchaired by war, some with defunct manhood. It's a story of brutal incarceration. The song is the echoing voice of men in the cotton field, women in the clothing factory. It's the guiltless grumbling of infants before hours of their timetable to breastfeed. Listening, you shall not listen, but don't say I didn't warn you. This is the song that put the magma in its roaring. Its tempest will vomit the silted. Silence my voice and put my throat on the guillotine. The birds shall sing after my voice is silenced. This is the date to be sang in the pages of history. Many more like me will be silenced, and not the birds already mimicking it. Silence these voices, but the dead tree leaves shall sing this song better, and all shall sing this song in one. It's the unsung. It's the evening of 1980, April 18. Father lost his mind when Radio Maputo announced that Southern Rhodesia is no longer a colony. That evening he danced like a fool. Failing to contain his joy, he wept like a starved suckling. For the first time I heard him sing, Neanda, Mapuko Enu Amuka. I was a boy, clueless of this festivity.
I want to write new ways of thinking and seeing old laws and traditions. New ways to see God, to understanding our being has always been above religion. Write redemption. I want to write that returning from these 2000 seasons. Write this date as your release date from terms, mental, spiritual, and physical prisons. I want to explain that the idea called government was never an African concept. That this modern economics is capitalism, keeping every African in debt. That words like pastors, police, and politicians describe puppets pushing corruption. That things like borders prompting our patriotism are our greatest means of oppression, because no African was asked. Sixpence, boy. What do you think of these here divisions of your families, of your people, your beliefs, of entire civilizations? Today they've been breeding tribalism, racism, xenophobia in ethnic cause, breaking down that which affirms you, that even Africa doesn't seem like yours. So I want to write new things. I want to write new themes for the press, for media, for the sake of our children. New programs for that lie that has distorted your vision of the black man. Rewrite radio so these rappers don't keep degrading our mothers, sisters, and lovers. Rewrite education so that your children know that they too are born to be great heroes. See, I want to write new meanings to words So ideals like freedom begin in each person first. If you look at the modern society, there's so many things going amiss. That's the reason I think why black people can't trace their history back to the creator. Because of that thing, identity. What is it that we identify with? Most of us want to be like Lil Wayne. I want to wear the big jeans and have the same kuluma with the Brooklyn, New York City accent. You know, identity. But then there is something that defines us. Now, each of us can look inside ourselves, and you will know, you will find that identity first. I think once you will find it there first. I think that's a reason. For me, I think that's one huge thing in Leo is what we identify with. And then I think lastly, for me, an important thing also is for somebody to identify me as this person who's rewriting their history, who has an identity of their own. I think I have to see that in myself first. Unable to realize the likeness in which we were created, so we lose ourselves in plantations of esteem, finding everything wrong with being black, and even worse, the fact that we are African. See, the darker the skin, the further it's placed away from beauty. The kinkier the hair, the more emphasis on how it's unclean. Tell me, how do we place ourselves below all else when all else was created equally? That's where I find what we believe in found wanting, through these plantations of value, where we place other people's standards as our goals. We close our eyes only to dream other people's dreams, never our own. We roll our sleeves only to shove our hands in other people's debts, rebuking God daily only to sob in our solitude and howl our heads.
The organizers, who said they were impressed by what they witnessed at this show, spoke about plans they have to take the program to communities around the whole country.
Really, I was happy for this outcome. The participation and also the live performance of these poets as well, the visions which were collected from the participants. I'm really happy.
So where to from here after this activity? What happens?
From here, our campaign still goes on. We'll be now going for more activities which are going to engage a diverse group within our communities. For example, we are going to be running a PC poster competition for primary school children who are going to be, we are going to fly it in the newspaper. Then people or children who want to participate in the PC poster competition, they can also contribute to this campaign through sending their PC posters. Then for secondary or high school children, we are also going to flight an advert for the PC essay competitions, 500 words. Then this, we are going to encourage them to post to our social network, Twitter or Facebook, so that they share their visions for Zimbabwe using a PC essay competition. And also we are going to be encouraging communities to identify PC ambassadors in the communities where they live. So we'll be asking people to nominate PC ambassadors. After we receive those PC ambassadors, we are going to interview them and get their profiles and also share their stories of promoting peace in the communities or promoting a non-violence space in their communities. We have done one event in Binga where we participated at the education fair in Binga. We managed to collect about 131 visions for Zimbabwe from the participants who were at the education fair. And really it has helped us to also get more energy to take this campaign to the populace.
I think for it to be truly effective, we also have to play our part and not make it a one-off event. Maybe we should take it to to our communities now as a sort of a touring project. Because if it ends here, I think its effectiveness will be very limited. So I guess we have to arrange other activities in several communities.
I think today's function was extremely eye-opening. There are some things that came out as let me say, when I came here, I didn't expect people to talk as much and to reveal so much about themselves and what they hope the Zimbabwe we have can become into something bigger and greater. There's so much to be done, but mostly from here, the things that we discussed have to be discussed at a higher level, a structural level. Those things should be taken to maybe the people in government, because we've discussed them here, but we don't have the essential power to actually change what we have discussed. We need to take it forward, maybe compile a report or something that has to be read in government, in the parliament, so that those people who we chose to represent us can actually have the proof that this is what the Zimbabwean people want.
Well, this program has shown us that some of these activities can help keep youths out of danger and from harming other people as well. Don't forget to join us same time next week on the same program, Communities in Action. Goodbye.